My brother and I, we would watch it almost daily coming home. And for some reason, it would be on like at 3:30. Sometimes it wouldn't be on, and we would be really bummed out. But it was one of our favorite animated series, and we watched it all the time, man, all the time until our parents came home and ordered us to do our homework. The hotel that my character works at is hosting a huge wedding, and it's one of those weddings that everyone hears about. That's on TMZ. That's in the papers. This very famous couple is getting married, so it's a big deal. And of course, my character wants everything to run absolutely smoothly. He's worked his entire life to get to where he's at, and he just wants to make sure that this is tip top. And he's a man that likes things that he likes the nicest things and he likes the best of them. And so the Royal Gate where he works, Terrence is my character's name, is one of the best hotels in New York. We need more help, so he hires Chloë Moretz's character, and then we find out that we have a mouse problem, and of course it's her idea to hire a cat. And of course, everything does not go smoothly. It's the exact opposite. Instead, it's just complete and utter mayhem. And so within all that, we're still trying to make the wedding go smoothly, and it just doesn't. And at the end of the day, I don't want to give it away for anybody, but the ending is very interesting. Working with the puppets and the puppeteers was a godsend. It was a blessing because those guys are, highly trained, very able, very capable. And when you were doing a scene, sometimes you have to do it with a tennis ball when you're, doing green screen or whatnot. And in this case, we had some actual really talented puppeteers where you would have a conversation with them and say it was scripted, and they would move in a certain way so that it was appropriate to your dialogue. It would give me ideas on what else I could say and how I could potentially maybe stir it around so that it could be so the scene could be better, because that's, in essence, you're just trying to tell it's the best story possible. And so that really helped out. And then it also helped out in terms of like choices, like you don't know if it's going to land or if it's cool or how it's going to work. But if you see the reaction of the puppeteers, all of a sudden you'll either scrap the idea and try a new one, or you'll find out that it's working. Ken was awesome. Chloe was awesome. And it was, I don't know if it's Tim's policy, but he just hired a bunch of cool people. I'm talking about them, not me. He was, and Tim's such a cool customer, man. It's like, he doesn't get mad. He doesn't get upset. It's fine. It's cool. Yeah, we'll do it again. Like he's one of those kind of guys, which you kind of need in a big movie like this. It's almost like, I don't know, when your director doesn't feel pressure, it doesn't put pressure on you, and you're able to have more fun, which in a weird way, it's like you're trying to generate this fun, which isn't exactly an atmosphere for you to create fun. But when the director's having fun, it's 10 times easier for you to do it. What I do is I write alts. I found out, I did a movie maybe about 12 years ago, 11 years ago, something like that, where I improv and people were laughing on set, which was really nice. But then I realized that it was kind of out of context, because they were laughing on set and it was great. And it was, there's a huge sense of accomplishment, but then, they're laughing with the context of what's going on now. And so sometimes you have to be okay with just planning some stuff out and maybe them not laughing, but knowing that it's kind of funny, but just doing things in context. So that's why I've mainly now I just write myself some alts and there's places, you definitely need a structure for you to tell the story. You don't want to lose sight of the story, right? And then so that's why I say, oh, on this part I could potentially have some alts, something that'll either loosen it up you know, give some different references, or this is a part where I can totally improv, you know, if it's very emotional or whatnot. And 9 times out of 10, the emotion will tell you what you can say and do. Tom and Jerry just keeps shining, and people and audiences just flock to these guys because they're so cool. You just want to see the story. You want to see the story about this cat and this mouse, you know, quarreling, and see who gets the upper hand. There's just something special about them, and the design hasn't changed for a reason. And you know, whoever drew this character, they changed slightly ever so, but it's the same gist. You know, it's the same all around aesthetic and vibe. And to be honest with you, I don't know, but I'm glad I'm part of it. I definitely like to escape, and there's something special about you know, you could just be with friends and stuff, and then you know, let that be kind of a nostalgic, you know, bring you back to when you were a kid. You know, there's something special about that, even if you're watching with friends, or if you're watching it with your family, or you know, whoever that is. And you know, you want them to escape a little bit, and I think that's what this movie's going to do, and I, you know, I pray it does.